some people prefer to go on a party rather than really work.
People have studied the mind as early as the time of Greeks.
But the scientific study of psychology only dates back 100 years ago. Psychology was simply defined as the scientific study of human behavior and mental processes. Just like other sciences, psychology seeks to describe, explain, predict, and control human behavior and mental processes. Note that controlling human behavior and mental processes doesn't mean that we are trying to make people do their bidding, like a puppet on a string. Thus, we are trying to know the factors that influence the behavior of the person.
Hi, I'm Princess Mercado and I'm going to tell you about the schools of thought in psychology. First, structuralism. This school of thought in psychology argues that the mind functions by combining the elements of experience. Second one is functionalism. It focuses on behavior in addition to mind and consciousness. Third is behaviorism. It focuses on learning observable behavior. B.F. Skinner also contributed to behaviorism, that learned behavior is behavior that is reinforced. Fourth is Gestalt psychology. It focuses on perception, on thinking, and problem solving. Lastly is psychoanalysis, influence of unconscious motives and conflicts. It is developed by Sigmund Freud.
Whenever I'm asked how biology affects our behavior, the first thing that will pop into my head are neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are chemical substances that communicate from one to another. Neurotransmitters fall under two types: excitatory and inhibitory neurotransmitters. Excitatory neurotransmitters are neurotransmitters that cause other neurons to fire, while inhibitory neurotransmitters prevent neurons from firing. I, together with Rainer, my friend, will be discussing 6 neurotransmitters interest in psychology because acetylcholine or ACH, it is responsible for muscle contraction. It is an excitatory neurotransmitter, and low levels of it is linked to Alzheimer's disease. Next comes dopamine. Dopamine is an excitatory neurotransmitter. Low levels of dopamine is linked with Parkinson's disease. High levels of dopamine is linked to schizophrenia. Third would be norepinephrine. Norepinephrine is an excitatory neurotransmitter responsible for alertness. Low levels of norepinephrine is linked with mood disorders.
Hi, I'm Rainer, and we're going to talk about neurotransmitters. Serotonin are neurotransmitters responsible for arousal and sleep. Deficiency of serotonin may cause lack of sleep or insomnia. Gamma-aminobutyric acid or GABA, an inhibitory neurotransmitter that helps us reduce our anxiety for some things. It helps us to tranquilize our anxiety.
The last neurotransmitter, which is endorphin. Endorphin inhibits pain, so from there you will have the idea that it is an inhibitory neurotransmitter. After explaining those 6 neurotransmitters, maybe now you will understand why the first thing that pops into my head are neurotransmitters whenever I am asked how biology affects our behavior, because excessive amounts or deficient amounts of neurotransmitter levels can cause us to have change in our behaviors, our moods, our reactions. This is my own understanding of biology and behavior.
And I will discuss to you how biology affects the behavior. And I've learned the different parts and function of the brain. Like if you're wondering why a psychopath behaves in that way, because psychopath people tends to have a 17% smaller brain compared to others. And they also lack conscience.
How does psychology apply in our daily lives? Hello, my name is Christian, and I will explain this. When we wake up in the morning, some of us gloomy, while some of us are cheery. These might be results of the things that may happen before that day. Like gloominess might be the cause of something bad, while cheerfulness, on the other, something good. Or how we wake up might be causes of our expectations for that day, like getting to meet our crush or getting to meet a bully. From here comes the 3 neurotic trends. That is to move away, to move against, and to move towards. And here are just some of the examples of how do we apply psychology in our daily lives.
Cesar Almandago, and I'm going to tell you how psychology can operate in life. First, as motivation. Whatever your goals are, like having your bad habits or losing weight or learning new language, some lessons in psychology will help you in getting motivated, like in research in cognitive psychology and educational psychology. First, you have to introduce new interest. Second, set your clear goals. Third, change the way you do things. And fourth, reward yourself for a job well done.
Hi, I'm Micaela Lomboy, and I will share to you how psychology operates in my daily life. We meet a lot of people every day with different situations in their daily lives. Others tend to wear masks, not literally, to show that they're strong outside. But seldomly, how do we know them inside? You should always be skeptical in every action you do. For a majority, you remember that you cannot easily predict a person, but you should understand them more. When you understand a person more, you will become patient.
Trigo.
Summary. First, CJ and Princess have tackled the meaning of psychology and school of thought in psychology. Second, Gia together with Rainer have discussed some facts regarding neurotransmitters and how they affect human behavior. Third, Daniel, Micaela, and Giselle have verbalized the impacts of psychology in our daily lives.